Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man giving you the truth. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Ain't no simping over here. Ain't no simping. You looking for simping, you're on the wrong channel. Ladies, you looking for simps, you're on the wrong channel. Hit the dislike button on your way out if you're looking for simps. But listen, this is a part of the Isaiah 4:1 series. Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day, talking about a future time, if you read the scripture, you know it's talking about a future time. 7 women will take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own food, wear our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. So what they was basically saying is they're going to be Miss Independent, but that Miss Independent kind of led to some disgrace. Disgrace means falling out of favor. So this is speaking of a time where women would fall out of favor, which is now. More and more each day, each divorce, each cheat, each disrespectful word, everything they do, they spread they backside, letting the man examine them on his phone. They doing all kind of stuff. They sneaking, getting knocked back, then trying to let their stuff close back up, and now they disrespectful because they want him, but they got you. They know their kids want their daddy, so some of them will sabotage their relationship, hoping that he will leave and still have to pay them, but not be around his kids. We talk about some of these things in the Jezebel series, but we also talk about them in this Isaiah 4:1 series. So what I'm going to do on this one, is we're going to talk about some of the things women do when they showing you need to get rid of them. We're going to talk about how many wives you can stand to have and afford, stuff like that. We're going to get into some topics, but I would entitle this, Don't Suppress Your Desires for These Bad Women. Don't suppress your desires for these bad women. Now, I said that I wanted to tell you some of the things that women do when they're telling you that you need to get rid of them, that you're going to waste the time in your life with them. Because in their mind, you got to understand that most of them never think they're wrong. Like, they think that what they're doing is perfectly fine. They think that if they withhold sex from you, oh, you wasn't giving me affection. Oh, you wasn't doing this. Oh, you wasn't doing that. Oh, I'm mad at you for this. Listen, this is why you don't get in monogamy. Now I see why all this stuff happened to me in my lifetime. Because when you forced to choose, sometimes you choose wrong, sometimes you might not choose wrong, but it could have been multiple that was good enough to be around. But guys, like in the 90s and stuff like that, monogamy was pushed down people's throats. These scriptures I never even read this like that back in them 90s. Because back in the 90s, I wasn't reading the Bible as much. It was thug life. It was partying until towards the end of the 90s. But so when she started withholding sex from you, no matter what her excuse or reason is, it's time for her to go. If she don't stop doing it in an ample time, like I would say an ample time is a month, 2 months. If she don't win a month, it's time for her to be confronted. Like, listen, you want me to stick to you, but you being unfair. You trying to have me go without sex, especially the religious ones. We talk about them a lot because they'll try to say you evil and you sinning and you backslid, which there's no such thing. If you watch a porn, like if you be like, you put on something on your phone, the type of girl you like, and you get the job done yourself, to them you evil, even though they withhold sex from you, or even though men were not meant to be monogamous. Okay, think about it. It's common sense. If men were meant to be monogamous, then why do they have billions of sperm cells? Why do we have billions of sperm cells? Why do we get millions of sperm cells per day? If a woman can only have one baby at a time, and it was meant for us to just have one baby a year, one baby at a time, so on and so forth. Now, the world we live in is really not really the time to be trying to have all these kids from a knowledge and wisdom standpoint. But you still can. If you want kids, you can have them. Just you got to do a lot of vetting. You got to be like, okay, she's not perfect, but she's good enough. And I think she'll be a good enough mother, even though they change. They change like the weather. You see how the leaves falling? You see how these leaves falling? They change just like the seasons of the year. I know. Can't nobody tell me I'm wrong about it. But they can't see that they do. All they see is your shortcomings. If you had to file bankruptcy, if you did this little thing, that little thing, they think that's an excuse to talk to other guys, to yearn for other guys, to cheat, so on and so forth. Listen, you not the only woman. If you cheat, you need to be gone. And you sinning, you bringing all type of bad energy into your home when you try to stay with a woman who has physically cheated on you. You not gonna be blessed. Cause you basically saying that your preacher or whoever you learned that you gotta work it out from is God. When God gave you the right to divorce them. If they don't do right by you, if they don't be the helpmeet that they supposed to be, you can divorce them. They say, well, I can divorce it too. Yep, and anybody you get with, understand you hearing from the prophet. If you divorce somebody and you was rebellious, you was the reason, at any way, even 1% of the reason of your relationship demise, you have to remain unmarried, or to get married again, you have to wait till he dies. And you can't be the cause of his death in any way. For your relationship, your marriage not to be adultery. That's the Bible. That's the scripture. And if your pastor say otherwise, listen, none of you pastors, I don't view y'all as higher than me. Any single one of y'all can get this smoke. Any YouTube